Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tutorial Tuesday. Today I'll be going over some tips and tricks that could help you keep your Outlook inbox organized. Today I'll be showing you a few different methods that can help you keep your Outlook inbox organized. We'll be looking at creating new folders, utilizing quick steps, creating rules, and creating conditional formatting. So let's go ahead and get started. On my screen here you can see I have Outlook open, and the first thing I want to look at is creating new folders. So for today's tutorial I'm going to go ahead and create two new folders, and to do that I'm just going to hover over my inbox, right click, and select new folder. So for today I want one that's called Action Required, and I want to create another one that's called IT Marketing. Just a quick note here, you can drag and drop any of your folders here on the left-hand side. So if I wanted this mailbox up top, I could do that. If I wanted IT Marketing above Action Required, I could do that. But the default is to have this in alphabetical order, and I find that it makes it easy to locate folders that way, so I'm going to keep it on the default. So what am I going to use this Action Required folder for? Well, when an email comes in, if it only takes me a second or two to respond or do the task, I'll obviously read it, and then I'll either archive that email or delete it. But what if it's something like this email I sent myself earlier asking for help to create a report? So I know this is going to take me some time to do. I'm going to have to dedicate half an hour or an hour to work on this thing, and I can't quite do that right now, so I need to put it someplace that I don't forget about it. So there's a couple things I can do here. The first thing is I can simply click and drag it into my Action Required folder. That's one way of doing it, and that certainly works. But if it's something that I'm going to be doing a lot, like in this example, I get emails pretty often that require some action. So if I don't want to take the time to drag all of those things over to the folder here, I can go ahead and create what's called a quick step. So if I look at the top of my screen here, you'll see there's a section called Quick Steps. And if I hover over this last item here, Create New, and click it, it'll let me create a new quick step. So for this one, I'm going to call it Action Required. And then the next step is to actually select what action I want to happen here. So I know that when I click this quick step, I want it to automatically move to a folder, and I want that folder to be my Action Required folder. This is all I have to do to set it up. If I want to get really fancy, I can create a keyboard shortcut here as well. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it just like this. And all I have to do is click Finish. And now in my Quick Steps screen here, I have an Action Required quick step. So what does this allow me to do? Well, when I'm in an email and I can select Action Required, my quick step, and it'll automatically move that into my Action Required folder. And so anytime I get an email in the future that requires some thinking or requires some time, instead of dragging and dropping and thinking about it, right from the top of my screen I can just select Action Required, and it'll move that email into that folder automatically. Another neat thing that I can do with items that require time, of course you know that if you don't block out time to actually do this, you'll never find time for it. So if I grab this email and I simply drag it to my calendar icon on the bottom left-hand side of my screen here, it'll automatically pop open a calendar invite for myself. So I can create this appointment. If I know I need an hour for it, I can go ahead and block out an hour, and this will put the body of the email into an appointment on my calendar, and I can reference that when it's time to work on it. So that's quick steps, and that's creating an appointment out of an email. The next thing I want to show you is how to create a rule from your inbox. So let's say you get emails all the time, like this one specifically is a marketing email for some software that I use. And let's say I never want this to hit my main inbox. I want them all to funnel directly into my IT Marketing inbox. How do I do that? Well, you can use something that's called an Outlook rule. So to do that, I'll hover over the email that I want the rule to apply to. Again, I'll right click and I'll scroll down to this Rules section. And from here, I'll click on Create Rule. And I get this nice, easy to use interface here that'll let me create the rule. So in this situation, I know that every time I get an email from TechSmith, I want it to go directly to this IT marketing inbox. So to do that, I'll say when I get emails with all of these selected conditions, in this case, my condition is from TechSmith. And then what do I want it to do? Well, I want it to move into a folder. And then from here, I select what folder I want. So that'll be under my inbox, IT marketing, OK. And then I just have to hit OK. And it'll ask me if I want to apply it to all the emails that I already have, or do I just want to apply it moving folder. So let's run this for everything that I have already. I'll hit OK. Since it's scanning my entire inbox here, it might take a minute. So let's give it some time to run, and then we'll see what my IT marketing inbox looks like. Great, so my rule has been applied now. And if I click my IT marketing inbox, you'll see that now every email that I have from TechSmith is automatically in this folder. And I can do that for emails from Lenovo as well. So Lenovo obviously is also IT marketing. So I can, again, right click, go to rules, always move messages from Lenovo for small business. And again, I'll select that same IT marketing folder, hit OK. And now whenever I get these in the future, and it's scanning my inbox now to do all of them from the past, these emails from TechSmith and from Lenovo, they'll never hit my main inbox. They'll all go directly into IT marketing. So that's going to be great for me in terms of keeping my main inbox clutter-free and easy to navigate. The last thing I want to take a look at today is conditional formatting. So conditional formatting is going to be a great way to highlight emails in my inbox, letting me know what type of email they are, what condition they meet without actually having to click into it. So for my example today, I'm going to set a conditional rule for emails that I'm CC'd on. So if I'm CC'd on an email, I know a reply from me probably isn't urgent. I know that there's someone else that the email was directed to, and I was copied on it just to stay in the loop. So if for my example, my conditional formatting is going to take emails that I'm CC'd on, and it's going to make it a different color in my inbox. That way when it comes in, I know right away that I'm CC'd on it, I'm not the primary recipient, and that I can wait a little bit to either take a look or to respond to that email. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, to do that, I go up here on my Outlook to View. I go to View Settings, and then I'm going to hit the conditional formatting button here on toward the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and hit Add, and I can call this rule whatever makes sense. In this case, it's going to be CC email. And now this is where I set what the formatting actually is. So in this case, I'm going to hit Font, and I want to change the color. I want anything that I'm CC'd on to display blue in my inbox. If I wanted it to be bold, I could do that. If I wanted the text to be bigger, I could do that. But for this example, I just want all of those emails to be blue. So I'll go ahead and select color, change it to blue, and hit OK. And then I have to set my condition. What emails do I want to change to blue? Well, in this case, I just want it to be where I am on the CC line with other people. So as you can see, there's a ton of options here. If I wanted every email that comes from Tracy or Matt to be a different color, I can set that here. If I want to change emails that I've sent out to someone specific to be a different color, I can do that here. There's a lot of options here. You can really get creative with this. But for this example, I just want to make emails where I'm on the CC line to be blue. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, select OK, click OK again, and then one more time, click OK. And then if we look through my inbox here, you'll see that this email that I was CC'd on is now blue. And if I scroll through, we'll see a bunch of emails where I'm not the primary recipient, where I'm just CC'd on them, and all of those have turned blue. And of course, anything in the future that comes in will also be blue. So that's a look at creating rules, using conditional formatting, creating new folders, and creating quick steps in Outlook. And that wraps up this week's tutorial. I hope you find these tips helpful, and I hope you start to utilize some of them to make your Outlook inbox easier to navigate. I'll see you all next week with another Tech Tutorial Tuesday.